This is the courthouse here in Freda, Washington. That's Jennifer, the prosecutor, Washington State prosecutor here in Freda. Cases from Moses Lake and cases that they do here in Grant County, which is Moses Lake, Washington. That all the areas of Moses Lake here in Freda, civil, domestic, and also the processing, which they have got going on for the Superior Court, District Court, Municipal Court, and also civil cases. There's a higher court, which is Andy Miller, CO, Benton, Washington, US 509-735-3591. And this district courthouse has a bench here. There's a bench here for the naive individuals that sometimes get a lunch break during their duration of like the 24-hour fitness. And Mr. Dillon and the black-haired gentleman at the 24 on Stratford Road by the biggest oil company on Stratford Road. And I'm over at Chase Bank, Oompa Bank, doing the processing information. That's WorkSource, Mr. Feruzzi, filling information out with the Gold's Gym. And the Gold's Gym coordinator. And that's Mr. Vasquez, Department of Licensing at Moses Lake, Washington, right off I-90. I-90 connected to Broadway. And that's Farm Bureau, that's the Farm Bureau, and Farm Bureau, it's Angelica. She has Farm Bureau and also the Farm Bureau Escrow Service, now called Farmers. And this is Ajmer, A-J-M-E-R, Singh, S-A-N-G-H, Nijjar, N-I-J-J-A-R, N-I-J-J-A-R. Here's Donald Trump's ring. This is Donald Trump, Avok, Tiffany, and Ab. This is Tiffany, Avok. Also, Barron Trump, Eric Trump, and this is Donald Trump and Melania Trump here in International Airport at Moses Lake, Washington, Air Force One. And there's Todd Levette, Amber Forsman, F-O-R-E-S-M-A-N. But this is Todd Levette. This is Todd Levette, T-O-D-D-L-E-V-A-I-T. Ring right on mine. And there's my other ring at engravings. Now we're going to get a set, diamond and bezel set with golden bars, with links with diamonds on every link. Diamonds on every link. And also some cuffs. These cuffs are going to have diamonds across the vent. And they got diamonds on each of the link on the chisel. And another chisel are going to have links, diamond guard strip bars. That's going to look good. T-O-D-D, Todd Levette, E-L-E-V-A-T. Also Amber, A-M-B-E-R, at Miller's Jewelry here in Moses Lake, Washington, right downtown. Now Jennifer, she's a prosecutor in Freda. Andy Miller is a Washington State prosecutor. He came here and put a snapshot on YouTube and face stream the Freda courthouse here. And the protein they have for the diet they got going on for high protein, high carbohydrates for all the maintaining for the 24-hour fitness. Mr. Dylan here at the Stratford office, and we turned the 24-hour fitness key to the City Hall in Moses Lake, Washington. I was hit by a trailblazer, and officers were intimidating me and starting problems with me with their body cam. Try to use a body cam for their ordinances of prosecuting. And this intimidation prosecuting, said you're going to be talking to Jennifer and the prosecutors here. And I contacted Andy Miller, and I said, yeah, could you take the body cam? And Mr. Kevin Furr, they were making confusing. They're stopping me for coming to the courtroom, for coming into the police station. So by force, I'm walking straight to the police station. And they said, oh, you're free to go. I'm free to go. I'm not free to go. I need documentation. I need a signature, first name, last name, your badge number, your ordinances, your body cam, and all information. And go in front of the chief of police department and go in front of the prosecutor, Miss Jennifer. Anything at $5,000 is a felony for damages. And
thank you for your service.
Anything not returned to $2,500 or $5,000 is a felony restitution hearing. Due garnishments on the payments of payrolls, deductions, that'd be audit office and civil office, process office. And if you don't refuse and you refuse not to go to court, even if you're a uniform officer or badge uniform officer, issue a warrant for your arrest, they have to detain and have the submission of the prosecution recommendations on the duration of that period of receiving that money back. And somehow, some way, essential bondage is right in Moses Lake. And they collect money from $600,000 to $100,000 to up to $15,000. Now the protein is good for the muscle tissue and amino acids that you need to enhance and repair the damaged muscle tissue. Your upper body, your lower body, your biceps, your pectorals, your lats, your traps, your hamstrings, leg extension, leg curls, dumbbell curls, dumbbell incline and press, bench press machine, incline machine, bench press machine, decline machine, bench press, dumbbell, barbells, and also squat rack and donation of abdominals and your serratus. This is perfect protein for your damage of your muscle tissue. Protein. AndyMiller.co, Benton, Washington is online. Facebook, YouTube, and this courtroom and courthouse is on YouTube, Facebook. Returning that key back to City Hall is on YouTube, Facebook. Andy Miller, .co, Benton, Washington. Andy Miller himself, he's on Facebook, YouTube. Prosecutions and also the processing information off restraining orders. Harassment orders, renewed every year. Trespassing, renewed every year. Unauthorized, you killed somebody during the process of in the building of City Hall or outside the building of City Hall, around the grounds inside the building, in the office of police station, killing Officer sheriff deputy, staff member, or corporate is game bait. Is game bangers. These game bangers having sex with their judge's daughter and the staff members having sex with the staff members. And that's how Andy Miller at COA. The parameters of enemy shot or killed during the duty or inside the vehicle or inside the buildings. That due process, the restraining order should be enhanced every year. And there's the legalities is which don't hit none of those criteria, any of those criteria at all. Since the key can be processed and downloaded with the staff members and received, since the individual stole money out of the account, transactions account, and arbitrating to be the certain person that it was in account systems, U.S. Bank, Chase Bank, and they're passing the key over outside to other people, and in that case that contracts and signatures and also identity theft and so Microsoft, any anti-security systems that have been deprived by somebody, goes to a higher crime, higher category in the federal ordinances. Any point systems in the categories in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and etc. In the Washington State courtroom, the Washington State courthouse, and Washington State court rules, those criteria are hitting those prerogatives, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Especially when the officers don't even show for a court appearance. And they don't even show up for the stipulation orders. When they fail to appear to come to a courtroom and false information and documentation where they make things up. Ask for documentation at the present time when they won't produce that documentation. I showed up to Department license with Mr. Vasquez, and I got the documentation here. I'm giving it to the district court clerks. My driver's license says Department license on it. No restraining orders, no outstanding warrants, and no warrants arrest. And I called State Patrol, Kennewick Police Department, Pasco Police Department, Richmond Police Department, Washington State Patrol, Dispatch, Moses Lake Police Department, and Othello Police Department. And no warrants for my arrest. Asked for documentation, they came and produced. 3 hours, walked all the way, wheeled the road in Moses Lake, past Cimaron Hospital. And by the third hour, around the third hour, they produced documentation because I'm in Washington State University staff office with vets. Tell them the whole situation. Return the key back. No restraining orders, no compliance, no failure to computers, no traffic, no violations, no traffic tickets, no driver's records, no domestic violence, no violent domestic violence, no MIPs, no MICs, no DWIs, nothing. I got some law books on me and a laptop that says Felix Barela on it. It says Thompson's Road is YouTube, Facebook, and all the appeal office and district superior and district and civil matters that happens here in the Washington Bar Association here in Ephrata, Moses Lake, Fellow Washington, Kennewick, Washington, Richmond, Pasco. Spokane has a State Patrol unit that comes on the I-90, Highway 1726, 24 to 5, 170 and 171. And of course here in Basin Street here in Ephrata, Washington. chicken's usually 50% off here at Safeway. Sometimes it's 50% off. You get a chance to get some chicken for 50% off, but it's very rare. Having restitution hearing for anything at $2,500 to $5,000 to $9,000 requires a court appearance, preliminary meet, and also a conference. That's Andy Miller, CEO, Benton, Washington, U.S. 509-735-3591. Andy Miller does show up here at Freda Courthouse. Andy Miller does show at the Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland City Hall. And they also show up at Spokane and Washington University. Courtrooms, appeals, and also processing Chief Justice with the Supreme Court and Appeal Office. And that's Kim WYMAN, Secretary of State. She's in office for 8 years. She's re-elected. She surveys on the ballot forms, election forms. She's overseas, and she votes overseas. She helps write and holds that position. Secretary of State, and she's been in office and re-elected for 4 more years, which is a total of 8 years. Explaining to City Hall and District Court I did nothing wrong. Never did. I was hit by a trailblazer, white trailblazer, by Stephanie Main, Jordan Swanberg, and Moses Lake on Broadway Division. And that's Dana Law Firm. Dana Law Firm, 9 different business owners called the police department, for officials at the 411 South Boston and 401 City Hall business office. Incorporated with the accident that was, I was hit by a trailblazer. My body was dragged from Broadway, dragged from Division crosswalk all the way dragged out in on Broadway Street. Parameters of everything that has done. State Patrol Office and also the Regional and Command Unit are dispatching route for City Hall. UBI number 602720, and that's Kim WYMAN, Secretary of State. And those are state seals of confirmation for notary of Superior District, Municipal, and also preliminary matters for a lawsuit at Lee Boulevard. And Lee Boulevard, that means the property owners and the property, the entire property lines, and the property of other properties, and the entire property. And that's in Lee. And that's Kennedy's building. And it's Andy Miller, CEO, Benton, Washington, 509-735-3591.